Saturday Live Lounge, supported by Villa Gaiety. Keep up to date with the island's premier entertainment venue by following us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.
Rock and roll is good for the soul. And you know what? McFly is good for my soul. I just had a message in from Critch who said he nearly fell for an April Fool's from Ballagore Nursery talking about potato trees. They've actually put potatoes on trees. Absolutely brilliant. I love that. And he's shared a photo with me. Go and check Ballagore Nurseries out on Facebook. I'm sure the photo is still there. And Critch also says, great that you've got Swarf Damage on. Great band, which is what I like to hear. Oh, we do love you, Critch. You're super supportive. Gonna have a quick chat with the guys now. Mikey, rock and roll is good for the soul, apparently.
Certainly is.
Yeah. And you guys certainly do rock, don't you?
We do our best at it.
Now, I know you're a regular listener to Manx Radio, and you know that the sort of music that I like. I do like a big mix. And, you know, McFly, definitely one of my faves. But, you know, you did say maybe a bit of a guilty pleasure of mine. We don't really believe in guilty pleasure music because, of course, whatever you like for whatever reason. But I did say to you, I'm going to ask each of you, if you were to describe, you know, a certain band or music that you like as guilty pleasure that essentially might surprise people, what would you say yours is?
Well, I was a big fan of Kate Bush, to be honest.
Well, Kate Bush is amazing.
She's back again now after that TV show on Netflix.
Yeah, I know. Stranger Things. I mean, running up that hill kind of, did her proud, didn't it?
What was it? ABBA. Always liked ABBA, and well, glad that they're back as well, to be honest, because they released a new album, didn't they?
Would you go see the show?
Of course I would. Why wouldn't you? It's ABBA.
I mean, it's not them though. It's just like a hologram or like, you know, a thing.
Projections of ABBA.
Yeah, you'd still go.
I don't know. It looks very expensive.
But
Gorillaz did it though, didn't they?
Yeah,
of course, not quite to that extent,
no,
but you know,
they had live musicians though at the same time. I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Ronnie James Dio has done it as well, hasn't he?
Oh, there you go.
There was talks of Lemmy doing it as well.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Lemmy doing holographic Lemmy. My word, that would have been good, wouldn't it? Okay, so come on then, let's have the rest of them. What? And I mean, we said not guilty pleasure. Okay, fair enough. But what would you listen to that might surprise people?
I mean, being of a certain age, there's certain 80s pop songs that I can't help but enjoy.
If you say Rickroll, I'll be very surprised.
Bananarama was my first love, it has to be said.
Bananarama?
Yeah, I still have a certain nostalgia attached to that. I'm sorry, guys, I do apologise. This is
you don't have to apologise.
No, I probably do to
this
them.
This is brilliant.
No, I had a thing for the blonde one when I was young.
Yeah, is that why our music is changing slightly?
That's why I'm
right. I get it.
Yeah. So your addition to the band is going to add a bit of Bananarama.
Well, anything sort of 80s action film montage music. You know, anything you could set a montage to, I'd be into that.
Montage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, bit like Rocky kind of that sort of thing. Yeah. Okay,
absolutely.
then we've got one more guilty pleasure to reveal.
Well, you know, it's probably something out of the 90s because that's when I grew up. So I'm probably going to go for Spice Girls. Just
yes. Why not? Do you know what? It's just good pop, isn't it? At the end of the day.
Exactly, and they did relatively well.
Have you ever told the rest of the guys about this? I'm just you know.
No, to be honest, no, I probably haven't. But I probably said worse.
So I might be breaking up the band with this first conversation. It's all right. You all still love each other,
Our bond
don't
is
you?
stronger than the Spice Girls.
Quite right.
I did often wonder why you wear a lot of pink.
There's a reason I'm playing Motorhead, Ace of Spades. It's because of my fabulous studio guests. I'm delighted to have the brilliant Swarf Damage with me. Now, in case you haven't met them before, I'm just going to get you all to introduce yourselves. Go for it.
I'm Mike, the voice of Swarf Damage.
The voice of Swarf Damage.
Hi, I'm Dan, I play bass.
Relatively new now.
Relatively new.
Not that new, but relatively
new.
The
newbie.
He's worn in now. And I'm Blake. I'm the guitarist, or one of them.
Oh, it's lovely to see it. So, Blake, you mentioned one of them because we're missing a couple of people, aren't we?
Yes, Keith and Brian couldn't make it today. So one's away and the other's got a poorly child. So hopefully they get better. Yeah,
get better soon. And we hope you get the right score in the football, whatever you want the score to be. It's fab to have you with us. We've been playing the singles. So we've played 4 Minute Warning. We're going to play that in just a moment. We've played Father as well, and we're going to hear something exclusive and new shortly. But by way of introduction then, Mike, come on, tell us a little bit about how the band got together. How long have you been together?
Mid-2018 we got together.
I thought you were going to say 20 years then.
No, me and Blake, as you know, were in the old punk band Crotch Lice.
Yeah.
And we'd just come back from tour in Ireland or something, and the bass player and drummer had fallen out. Me and Blake spent weekends drinking and watching music videos, and eventually just got too bored and went, let's start a band.
That was it. It was just like, let's do that.
Let's do that, like what we're listening to.
Yeah.
So did you have a kind of like template of what you wanted to do with it then, Blake, or?
I think we originally we just wanted to do some like thrashy crossover stuff. It kind of worked.
Yeah.
Didn't really stray too much from the point, but that's what we were just like. We wanted to do something different that wasn't crotch slice.
Yeah.
And
Heavier.
I think a lot heavier. I think we managed it.
Because that's the thing, it's sort of punk, it's sort of rock, but there's a lot going on. There's a lot of melody in there as well, which is one of the reasons why I love it.
Yeah, I don't do that bit.
That's probably me.
That's an accident.
It's not meant to be. What sort of genre would you say it is then, Mikey? What do you class yourselves as?
Well, I don't really class this as any genre. We sort of fit in the metal zone and punk zone the same, so it's just really like crossover, I'd say.
Fits
really,
in all of it. And then, of course, we had an audition because we lost one member, and you jumped in. And how are you finding it? And you enjoying it?
Awful.
He's the only member who actually got to watch us live.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
I couldn't suffer that again. So it was actually it was easier to join the band than to watch the band. So no, it's been brilliant. I've really enjoyed it. Obviously referring to me as a newbie, but I've been in the band for over a year now.
Is it a year? I was thinking maybe 6 months, but it's a year already.
It's over a year now. We were kind of we were locked in the rehearsal room and recording obviously for quite some time. So there was a long wait for my live debut. But yeah, I feel like I'm bedded in now, and I'm really enjoying it. And
what had you done previously then? Because we've heard about Crotch Lice obviously, but what were you doing previously?
I've been a huge music fan all my life, but I never actually played music live. A lot of my energies were taken playing football. So once my football career came to an end, it was time to look at something different. And obviously the opportunity came up to join these guys, and I took it. So and here I am. So
have you always played then? Like it's kind of like in the background
at
home and things?
I've always been sort of a bedroom musician, if you like. And as I said, I was asked to join. I think they must have been scraping the barrel and found me at the bottom of it, and we
weren't going to tell you. But.
Yeah, well, to be honest, it's obvious.
So, Mike, has that changed the sound at all then, having a new member, or has it just been a case of you've fallen in with it and it's,
Well, Dan joining the band has brought a lot to the band, to be honest, actually, because when we were going in recording, there was a lot of things missing musically, and I think Dan's filled those spaces that were needed.
Yeah.
And plus, he looks good on stage with his leg cocks and all that.
Yeah. The melody's my fault.
He's the handsome one.
Well, I'm loving it. I really am. Well, let's let people remind people then what you do sound like and hear that sound that we're talking about. This was the first single that we played here on the Live Lounge. This is 4 Minute Warning.
important announcement from Her Majesty's Government. Please stand by for further information.
It's Swarf Damage. It's 4-minute warning here on Manx Radio. We did, by the way, before play Motorhead, and Gary said Ace of Spades always reminds me of that episode of the Young Ones at University Challenge. Oh, I'm laughing now thinking about it, Gary. That's such a good reference. And Hazel says, I was driving home when Motorhead came on. Turned it up to 11. Gansey's still recovering. My kind of music. Hazel, I'm glad you are enjoying it. I'm also loving hearing Swarf Damage. I've got to say, that is a huge sound. And yet, as I was just saying to the guys in the background, you still hear all the elements, everything that's going on. And Blake, you said, I was thinking, God, that's got to be so complicated to record that. Where was that recorded?
So it was recorded by Sai at Skatanda Studios.
But you say studios?
Well, his living room.
That's insane. How on earth you record a sound like that in your living room and make it sound that meaty and that full? Yeah. I mean, what was it like as a process then?
Oh, I think we did it over like maybe a couple of. Oh, it was longer than a month. Yeah, a couple of months.
Yeah.
But we had other issues that why it took longer than it needed to.
Well, that was more the introduction of Dan as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd come in.
Dan.
Everything's my fault.
That's why we had to. We didn't want to teach him the songs. Essentially, we're just like, yeah, just go and record them.
So, Mike, you've got an album's worth now.
Just about, yeah, 8 songs.
Yeah. So we're going to hear 3 of them today. So that's the first one we've heard. I mean, it's a really big sound, kind of intense sound, kind of really heavy sound. Obviously, quite heavy themes on some of them as well. Tell us about this one we just heard.
That 4-minute warning was actually I wrote it during the first lockdown.
Yeah.
It was, my missus, she called 111, so everyone in the household had to isolate for the 2 weeks. And great for me, it was sunshine, and people were delivering beer to the house and stuff. So I just sat in the garden, got drunk. Listened to music, and then it dawned on me that one of my favourite songs is like from a band called Discharge, and it sort of focuses on like war and stuff like that. So going back to the Cold War of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. So
I thought I'll write something down as a throwback to that. Little did I know, Russia and Ukraine.
Timing. My word.
Good timing there.
Yeah.
Or bad.
Or bad, yeah, for us.
And whose idea was it to get those kind of sound effects and the kind of spoke bit in and everything?
Oh, it was all mine.
Was that all you coming up with that? Yeah. So did you know before you went to Seaside that that's how you wanted it to sound?
Yeah, and he's basically made exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
If not better.
We did have to go through some different samples and
yes,
and everything, trying to get the right
sound.
Not that one. Yeah, that one.
So it essentially took a day to record all 8 songs, and it took several months to find all the samples. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I think it was like
something like that. Well, we're going to keep chatting with the guys over the next few minutes. If you've got any questions for them, 166 177. I'm going to play another track now. Now, this one, this is all down to you, Mike, because we're going to hear Father now, and this is a really personal song, isn't it? Tell us about it.
Well, my dad was a fisherman when I was a child, so he was always away, so I never really saw him that much. But I remember the last time I saw him, me and my mum brought him to the airport, and he turned around and waved. He'd never done that before. My mum was in floods of tears going back home. But then, was it a few months later, police arrived at the door middle of the night. Sorry to say, your husband's been lost at sea. There's no body yet, and they're searching and all this. I was only 10, and I sort of hid myself under the covers and sort of denied the fact that all this had happened, and it sort of played in my mind all my life, and I've always wanted to do something, like write something down about it. And I thought, maybe you could do like a little ballady tune or something like that. Never intended to be as heavy as it is, but it turned out to be even better than I expected, to be honest.
It sounds like it might have been, because it is an outpouring, isn't it? And it sounds like, was it cathartic doing it?
Well, it just blurted straight out of me on one go. I didn't stop writing until it was done.
And there's definitely, I would say, there's some anger in there, isn't there?
Plenty of anger.
Yeah.
Pretty much in everything I do, there's a lot of anger.
And yet you're such a calm soul.
I'm lovely.
He's a lovely fella, is Mike. Well, listen, we're going to hear this now. It's a really powerful piece of music, this. This is Swarf Damage and Father. that is Father by Swarf Damage. We're getting lots of messages in for you guys. I just want to ask you, Mike, first up, this is probably a really stupid question. Doesn't it hurt your throat singing like that? Does it not?
No.
Have you got to have like a special technique?
Drunk.
I should say as well, because you do sport a marvellous Mohican. How long does it take you to do that?
It depends on how long it actually gets. It can go from about 20 minutes to an hour, 2 hours. Has been 3 hours before now.
What's the longest you've had it so far?
About 3 foot.
No.
Yeah.
3 foot?
That was on just one side of my head all spiked.
But every single room ceiling would be too low for you.
Yeah, I had to crouch down to go into the bar. But once you're in there, it's fine. And
They look amazing.
And you can get to the bar and no one surrounds you because your hair's out there.
That makes sense then.
Yeah.
So it looks amazing. Just occasionally slightly impractical, but it's worth it for the energy
totally worth
and
it.
the moshing. Do you get lots of moshing at Swarf Damage gigs then?
We do,
Lots of mosh
actually, yeah.
pits.
There's quite a lot of people jumping around.
Yeah,
like
they're
me
quite
next.
raucous.
Mm.
Yeah, but nothing to be scared of. It's all awesome. So we're getting lots of messages in. Keith has messaged in to say Swarf Damage, the island's ugliest band. Lots of love with 3 kisses. I take it you know who Keith is.
No.
Who then, by the way, he does say...
No, who's Keith?
Keith does then say apart from Dan.
Oh.
So
Thanks,
there you go.
Keith.
Yeah, there you go. Now you love him, don't you? Who else has been in touch here? There's some more football scores for next door. Ali, so can you ask Swarf Damage about their upcoming trips to the UK, or they may forget, says Ali, their unofficial band calendar. Who wants to take this one? Go on then, Blake.
Oh, I'm going to get the dates wrong. But we have a couple of UK dates coming up this year. Playing in Wigan and Halifax.
Yeah, July 26th, or 25th and 26th. 25th in Halifax.
Well
And that's with
remembered.
The Sentence.
No, that's... I haven't been told which band we're playing with. It's we brought a band over here called Unholy Alliance.
Oh, yeah.
And the vocalist of that band is from a really old punk band called The English Dogs.
Yeah.
And I became friends with him throughout those gigs and been talking with him during the recording process and stuff. And he's offered us a gig in Halifax to coincide with a gig we're doing in Wigan.
So that's how you do it, but to get gigs is essentially sort of connections, really, to get gigs off
That's
island.
how I've always done it.
Yeah.
It'd be remiss of us not to thank the Arts Council as well for their support and their contribution to our trip away. So yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
Arts
that
Council.
is brilliant because they do make these things possible a lot of the time, which is great to know. So you've got a few UK dates coming up, which is fab. You do obviously gig on the Isle of Man quite a lot. What's the scene like then, Dan? Tell us about the scene, the kind of heavier scene on the Isle of Man.
I think the scene's reasonably healthy.
Yeah.
There's decent bands out there. There always is. And 5 years from now, I'm sure there'll still be decent bands out there. Might be completely different ones, but the scene is always strong. It's small, but it's strong. And the people involved in the scene are dedicated to it. Everybody's welcome. We're always happy to see new faces turn up to the gigs, and as I said, it's
Healthy scene.
It is, and there's some bands from here doing awesome. Aeons are doing really well, aren't they?
Aeons
doing
are
some
excellent
fabulous
band,
things.
yeah.
I love the video that you guys shared on your page of Aeons talking about social media and you know what you have to do, because actually it is kind of a difficult thing now, isn't it? You sort of, we all hate social media when it comes down to it, but you've kind of got to do it, haven't you? And
it's the sort of thing. It's what's happening right now, isn't it? You have to sort of be involved if you want to.
Have you got a TikTok, Mike?
No.
We'll keep Michael.
I've loaded it up, looked at it for about 4 hours and turned it off again and downloaded it again.
If you had to post a TikTok video right now, what would it be?
Me in a mankini.
Wow, that's got to happen. Blake, can you just make this happen, please? I think...
Oh, I'm not filming that.
I mean, we've already
It's
got
your
the image in
mankini.
our
I know.
heads. Yeah.
That's not going to leave for days.
I love it. That's amazing. So the album then, this 8-track album, when is it actually going to be out? Because it's not out yet, is it?
No, it's not out yet.
No.
Coming soon.
We're going to release it on Bandcamp on the 21st of April.
Okay, we've
Being
got
a
a
Friday.
date. Exciting.
So-
And what's we're going to play one more song from it, which is an exclusive. I'm very excited. But what can we expect from the rest of the songs?
Just as heavy, just as noisy, just as fun to listen to.
Yes.
Nice.
That's good. That's a pretty good. That's all you need from a review, isn't it? Essentially, nailed it.
Nailed
it. Are you getting some good reaction then from the songs that are out already?
Yeah, they've been doing quite well. Now it's just waiting to release the
I
album.
think people have been surprised as much as anything else by the fear of sounding arrogant, the quality of it,
Yeah.
you know, and obviously the sound of it as well. So we're looking forward to getting it out there.
To releasing it, unleashing it,
Mhm.
I
And
would
playing
say,
it
on the
all
nation
to
and
people
playing
off
it.
island as
Are
well.
you going to have like an album launch gig then?
We are. We're going to do a gig in Quids Inn. Andy's offered us the night for the 22nd, the day after the release.
Oh, superb. Such a
So,
great place, isn't it?
We're
You know,
going to blow the roof off the place.
I bet you are. I bet you are.
Scare
Well,
the clientele again.
what was that? I missed that, Blake.
Scare the clientele again.
They're not scary, really. Well, a little tiny bit. We're going to finish with an exclusive. This is a first play. Thank you so much for letting us have this exclusive here in the Live Lounge. This is called Sinita. What can you tell us about it, Mike?
It's based on an old tradition of when people die, there's for them to go pass on to the next world, someone needs to take away their sins. So, like in old school, they used to have this person who lived like in the woods out of the city or out of the town, would come in and eat this piece of bread off someone's chest, and he would be the sin eater. So I thought that was a novel idea.
That's fascinating.
So I thought I'd darken it up, heavy it up, and see what happens.
Well, we're going to hear what happens now. Before we do, though, Blake, just let us know where everyone can find out more about the brilliant Swarf Damage.
Well, we have social media, so we're on Facebook and Instagram.
We are.
And soon to be TikTok.
And Bandcamp for the singles.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to go and listen to us, for the time being, it's on Bandcamp, and you can listen to it for free, or you can pay us money if you wanted.
It's always good to pay the money because that's how they get to do what they do. I should ask, by the way, why Swarf Damage?
Oh God! Right, so it was a joke for me originally. I used to work in a factory, and I got a non-compliance report that said Swarf Damage, and I sent it to them more jokingly, and then it just sort of got adopted.
And it's better than crotch lice, I suppose.
Wow.
Yeah. You've managed to say it twice. Well done, Mike.
It's definitely better than crotch lice.
3 times. Okay. Right, moving on. This is the brilliant exclusive first play of Swarf Damage Sinita. Thanks so much, guys, for being with us. And do go see them live. They will take the roof off, essentially. Is that about right?
We hope so.
Yeah, maybe even if it's just with a Mohican. Cheers, guys.
Tell me what you feel. Hiding your sins. Sin enough. Your damnation is my grave.
Yes! Oh, do you know what? I have so enjoyed playing Swarf Damage this evening. Thank you so much to the guys for being with us, and to those who couldn't be here, of course, as well. All the best to them with the album, released on the 21st of April, with that launch gig at Quids Inn on the 22nd, with Dropkick the Fish supporting, who are such an excellent new band on the Isle of Man. You don't want to miss that.
Saturday Live Lounge, supported by Villa Gaiety. Keep up to date with the island's premier entertainment venue by following us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.